Cheeky vodka with coco. What's her name? I think Coco. Fuck with her cause she loco. Mixed up on Duna Loso.
Hi guys, it's Kels here again. So today guys is the video that you've all been waiting for so long. Like, oh my god, I've been waiting to tell this story. So today's story is going to be about light skin babe. Some of you guys already know who he is because I posted him on my story the other day on Instagram and you guys went crazy. This story time is going to start off like 2 years back. 2 years or a year back. Like, I think it's been a few years, right? So match with this guy on Tinder and let's just call him Steve. Match with Steve on Tinder like a year ago or whatever. Or 2 years ago. Anyways, match with him then and I think we had that conversation, but I can't really remember. I just remember him telling me to meet him somewhere and I wasn't on it and he wasn't my type and the whole thing. So it sort of fizzled out and we stopped talking and whatever. Fast forward now to a month ago or 3 weeks ago. Went back on Tinder and we matched. Somehow I gave him my number on Tinder and then he had my number and he messaged me on WhatsApp. So when he messaged me on WhatsApp now, I wasn't feeling him. Like looking at his pictures, I'm just like, he's not a bit of me, you know. He's not. So he messaged me, I can't remember what he said, but he messaged me and I read it and I just ignored it. Because on my WhatsApp, like, people can't see when I've read the message, so you know, it's fine for me to ignore messages until when I feel like replying, you know. And with him, I just didn't get the urge to respond because he literally wasn't my type. And like little things like some of his pictures was like him wearing like plimsolls, like cheap shoes in the gym. And I was just like, that... It's just not giving and I'm not gonna, you know, entertain this. So he's messaged me like 3 times over the past 3 weeks and each message I'll read and just forget to reply and I wasn't in the mood to reply because I'm just like, this is not gonna go anywhere and I'm not into you like that. So I didn't reply. So like a few nights ago, he messaged me, a rude ass message saying, oh, hey, can I ask you something? I was like, go ahead. And then he was like, are you a prostitute? I was like, first of all, excuse me? Second of all, who are you? Because I didn't have his number saved. I forgot who he was. And obviously the previous messages, I sort of swiped them off and deleted them. So I didn't know who this person was. And for you to be bold enough to be stink enough to come in my inbox and talking shit and asking me a dumb question. I was like, I'm sorry, but have I ever offered you anything? Any services? Have I ever asked you for money for any service? What made you ask that question? That is so rude. Obviously, I didn't say that was so rude, but it was just like, what made you even ask that? He was like, oh, it's just your picture on WhatsApp. I'm just like, okay. I'm sure you've seen girls in bikinis before. It's all over Instagram, but do you DM these girls and ask them if they're one? But you have the nerve to come in my inbox to talk shit. I was just like, first of all, just delete my number because I don't know who you are. He's like, oh no, you do know who I am. And then he started, because when I looked on his WhatsApp picture, I didn't have a clue who he was. But then he started sending me pictures and I remember his pictures, his old pictures. I was like, oh, you, the nerve of you. So I was just like, look, this picture was actually inspired by Megan Thee Stallion because Megan Thee Stallion posted a picture. I'll try to find it and put it here. She posted this picture and then I posted this one. So that was like the inspiration behind the picture. And then I was just like, well, no, I'm not. So fix up and delete my number. He's like, no, can I take you out? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, well, I'm going out for dinner right now because that day I was getting ready to go out. I always take myself out for dinners. So I was getting ready to go to Hawksmoor for some steak. So I'm getting ready now. He started calling me because he does these random calls to people that he doesn't really know. I'm just like, well, you're bold. So calling me on the phone, like the conversation was flowing and everything. He was really funny on the phone, and we was having banter about his opening message because it was so rude. But we're sort of laughing at it, and he's like, no, I didn't mean it in a bad way, blah, blah, blah. I just wanted to know because he's not into girls like that, all this stuff. I'm just like, okay. So he was like, can I take you out? I'm just like, right, I'm going out for dinner tonight. He thought I was going on a date. I was going by myself. So I corrected him and was like, no, I'm going by myself. Then he's like, oh, so let's meet up after for drinks. First he said, let me take you out. I think he said for drinks. I was like, look, I don't do drink dates, first of all. But because I'm going out for dinner, it's fine. You can take me out for drinks afterwards. I was thinking he was going to say, oh no, let me take you out for dinner. I will pay for your dinner and all this stuff. He didn't mention that. We had like a conversation about where he would take me on a date or whatever. He was just like, definitely not a steakhouse. I was just like, okay, but I'm that type of bitch, so what are we doing? I was like, okay, cool, you can take me to McDonald's then, as you know, as a joke. If you're not going to take me to the steakhouse, clearly your budget is McDonald's, so okay, cool. I was like, but wait, I'm curious to know, like, where would you actually take me? He was like, maybe, like a TGI's. I was like, do I look like a TGI kind of bitch? I'm sorry. Do I look like a TGI kind of girl? I'm sorry, TGI's food is so trash, first of all. So I was just like, do you know what, you can just take me to McDonald's. Because at that point, I'm seeing what his budget is. So you might as well take me to McDonald's. I was just playing. Obviously, I would not show up. I was like, look, you can just take me for drinks. He's like, all right, then cool. I'll meet you at 9:45 or something like that. Because 8:45. Yeah, 8:45 or 9 o'clock. I was like, all right, cool. So I went, I had my dinner. You know, I posted it on Instagram, as I always do. And afterwards, he was meant to meet me, and then we was meant to go to have drinks. Obviously, he didn't tell me, like, where he's going to take me for drinks. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, this guy is moving a bit, like, you know, on the lower end, and that's not me. You're not going to take me to a pub, honey, okay? So I was just like, he's not here yet. He's taking mad long. So I'm just going to go to the Shard. If I don't go to the Shard, I'm just going to go home. I'm going to go to the Shard, go to get some drinks, and then wait for him there. So I sent him my location. I said, look, I'm at the Shard. You can meet me here. We can have drinks here because it's like, we don't have to book it, so we can just walk in. So I was there. I went. I sent him the location, all of the stuff. He told me he's on his way. And then I could see, like, I was tracking him, and I could see, this time I'm in the Shard drinking up champagne. So I told the girl to just bring me champagne. Don't know what I just told her to bring me a glass of champagne. Didn't look at the menu or anything. I was just like, yeah, do it. Because in my head, I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to have these few drinks. I'll pay for these, and when he comes, then we finish off and whatever. But obviously that didn't happen. So I'm sitting there drinking. I'm seeing him going past where he's meant to go. I'm just like, where are you going? Like, you've passed it. He's like, oh, the bus didn't stop. I was just like, oh God, he's on the bus. He's on the bus. I'm there thinking he's driving. But you know what, let me not judge. Or like an Uber. Anyways, he was on the bus. The bus passed the stop. I think he came back. I don't know if he walked or he took another bus back. So he called me and he's like, okay, where do I go? So I was sort of like giving him directions and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, the entrance is there. Make sure you tell the securities that you've got someone up here waiting for you. And so he came up and he entered the thing. Mind you, let me tell you this. When I looked at his pictures, he was some really like skinny guy, dark skin, beard, bald, I think bald head. But he was skinny and dark. And he just wasn't for me. He wasn't my type. But I thought, you know what, I'm not doing anything else, so let me just, you know, let him come. So he came and I was downstairs, he was upstairs, so I looked up and I saw him and he was like looking for me, so I was waving to let him know that I'm right here. And then when I looked, he came down the stairs, and then when I looked at him, I'm like, oh, okay, he was good looking, girl. He was nice. He was nice. No, he was very handsome. He's got the big beard. He was light skinned. He was like really light skinned. From his pictures, he was super dark. He was like even darker than me. No, he was darker than me in his pictures. So when he came, I'm just like, oh. And he was more bulky, had more muscles. He looked good. So we backed off his jacket and he was wearing like a black top. I'm going to post the pictures, honey. He was wearing a black top and black like chinos, jeans, whatever that was, and some shoes. He was looking good. Nothing too over the top, but he was just looking simple and nice. So I was just like, wow, I'm impressed. You look good. And then we was there talking, the conversation was flowing, it was a good date. So we're there talking about like where he's from and like what he does. He said he's in construction and he's getting into plumbing or something like that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He kept telling me about his job and he was a personal trainer before this and all this stuff. I'm just like, okay. Then he was like, he was in prison. I was like, oh. Prison? Okay, girl. I won't judge. I was like, why was he in prison? He said he had a fight with a bouncer at a club, I think, and he was in prison for 6 months. I was like, wow, okay, cool. Well, you're out now. Then, what else did he tell me? His mom's from Spain and his dad is from Guyana, wherever's in the Caribbean. He's Caribbean. So he was like talking in like patois and it was just a really good day. He was so funny, he was good looking, all that stuff. So I'm there drinking on my champagne. I'm just like, well, you need to order something. So I waved over to the person that's serving us. I was like, okay, you can get him something. I was like, what are you getting? So he was looking through the menu. Then he got some sort of spirit. I don't know what it was, but it was like a small cup of alcohol. And then I ordered some cider. I ordered 2 bottles of cider. Obviously my limit is 2 glasses. I've already had 1 glass of champagne and then now I'm having a next glass of cider. So 2 things of cider, 1 champagne and whatever he was drinking. Obviously I gave him 1 of the cider as well because I have a limit. So we're there, we're talking, we're vibing, everything's going good. Then I was like, oh, do you want some pictures? Because obviously, like, his pictures are dead in it. And I'm thinking, you actually look good. You need to, like, the pictures that you have does not do you justice. And he was like, oh, yeah, you look good. You look better than your pictures as well. You're looking... All night he's telling me I look fire and all these stuff. He's like, all your flames still... Because he's a little bit of a road man. So he's like, oh, your flames still. He's giving me all them chats. I'm just like, okay, girl. Mind you, guys, I was literally wearing a little black dress that I wear in my house and a long cardigan thing. Like, it was like almost like a robe. I was like really subtle dressing. Like, cause I was gonna go to the restaurant by myself to eat and then come back home. I wasn't planning on doing fancy. And obviously I was wearing heels. So he was telling me all night how fire I look and all this stuff, gassing my head up. Obviously I know I look good, okay? Cause I told you, I give 10. 10, always. So, yeah, we're talking. I was like, oh, do you want some pictures? So, he's like, yeah, take some pictures. And do you know what? I'm not even like a picture guy, you know, all this stuff. I was like, nah, you need to take some pictures because those pictures that you have are trash. I can tell you this now, they're trash. So, I took him some good pictures. Obviously, I'll leave it on the screen for you guys to see my skills. So, if you guys follow me on Snapchat, not Snapchat, Instagram, you already know that I always post my little dates. Like you get a little shoulder here and there, you can get a little arm. Obviously never the full face of the guys that I'm like dating and stuff. It's always like a little, you know, preview, and then you guys go crazy. So you guys went mental about this guy. Like, you guys went, my DMs was flooded. Oh my God, he's so nice. Oh my God, has he got any friends? Oh my God, where did you meet him? All of this stuff. And I'm like, you know, giving you guys a tea. No, but I can't lie, he did look really good. Obviously, when I put up his picture, I put like a flame over his face. So all you guys could see was his beard, his arms, and like what he was wearing and stuff. And yeah, but you guys, it was a poll to say if he was fit or not. And you guys said he was fit, right? Majority of people say he was fit. Apart from some guys that said, no, he's not. So, yeah, so we're drinking all that stuff now, yeah? Sorry. And it was getting late, so I was just like, excuse me, could I have the bill, please? Because in my head, okay, like, I don't mind paying, it's fine. So I called up the lady, I was just like, can we have the bill? And she's like, yeah, of course. She came over with the bill, and then I said to him, do you want me to get it? He's like, no, why would I let you get it? And I was just like, well, I don't know. Then we started talking about morals and stuff, like, you know, paying on dates and whatever. He's like, no, it's like, this is how I was raised, blah, 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 giving it the business. This is how I was raised, obviously, I'm going to pay. And obviously, you know, I asked you out, blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool, you don't have to tell me twice. So he took out his card and it was time to pay, right? This is where this is where everything started going, you know, crazy. I was still there talking to him while he was getting his card out and ready to pay and stuff. But I could tell from his face, like, his focus was completely off. It was completely off. He was like, yeah. And, you know, I could tell from his face expression, it's either that's his last money or it's close to his limit. It's close to, like, you guys, the bill was 50 something pounds or £50. It wasn't a lot. £50, that's 2 delivery orders for me and my child. 2 delivery orders for myself. £50, 50. So it wasn't a massive, I'm sorry, when I go on dates, people spend 200, 300, all that stuff, like, on the date, and it's nothing. This is why I choose my men wisely, you know, but I dragged myself out because I'm just like, do you know what, this guy's been in my DMs for time, let me just give him a chance. He's not what I normally go for, but let me give him a chance. Why did I do that? Do you know what? From now on, I'm just going to go out with people that I actually like, because when I feel sorry for these rats, they take the piss. Anyways, the bill comes, he's scattering to pay. I was like, do you want me to get it? He's like, no, I'll get it. So he tapped his card and his focus was completely off. Then we sort of got it back, you know, got it back to where it's meant to be. We're talking again, all this stuff, and yeah. So I was just like, all right, cool, are you ready to go? Because the place was closing and we couldn't order any more drinks. So we had like a glass of water and then it's time to leave. We're leaving now, and obviously he doesn't drive. Obviously I live really, really close to where I was, so I could just walk home. I took a cab there, but I could have just walked home. I was just going to walk home. So I had to walk him to the bus stop. I'm so embarrassed. I had to walk him to the bus stop, right? We were trying to find the bus stop. First he was like, I'm feeling a little bit hungry. In my head I'm thinking, you should have came out for steak, but you're too fucking cheap, you don't want to come out for steak. Anyways, he went to the corner shop. He said he's vegan, by the way. He bought some crisp and he bought some drink, I think. And then he saw a kebab shop beside that, and then he said, oh, I'm going to go in this kebab shop. Do you want anything? I was like, no. I was, at that point, I just had a steak. I had mac and cheese. I had chips. I couldn't even finish my chips. I had drinks. I had all of that. I'm stuffed at this point. I was like, no, it's fine. I'm not hungry. So he got chips salad and garlic sauce and whatever on this thing. And so I'm walking him to find the bus stop now because I don't know where it's meant to be, and I'm following the map, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, it's like down there. And then he was like, alright then, cool, you don't have to like, you know, like you could just, you know, go home. It's fine, I'll try to figure it out, I'll try to find it. I was like, alright then, cool, because it was a little bit chilly and I'm not wearing proper clothes. So I was like, alright, cool, have a safe journey back home, let me know when you get home. He's like, yeah, let me know when you get home. So I walked home, got home, told him that I'm home, and then he, you know, got home, told me that he's home, whatever. The night has ended. Before the night ended, obviously when we were leaving the Shard, we was like standing outside waiting for the lifts to come. He like sort of grabbed me and like kissing me and stuff. And in the lift, the whole journey down the stairs, he was there kissing up my face. And then he sort of got a boner. And I was just like, oh my god. So his finger was like sticking to the side. I was like, okay, you're gonna have to put your jacket on because we can see that thing, okay? And then, so yeah, I'm home now, went to bed. He told me when he's, you know, home and whatever. Next day comes now, I'm chilling at home because I didn't have work that day. Chilling at home now, and he messages me. He's like, hey, how are you? I was like, I'm good, thanks. How are you? How was your sleep? We had a little, like, you know, chit chat. Then he was like, yeah, I really want to see you again, all this stuff. I was like, oh, is it? Okay, cool. He's like, what are you doing today? So I told him. He's like, oh, let's meet up. I was just like, oh, God. Let's meet up. I was like, all right, cool. What do you want to do? Please tell me why this guy said, oh, let's go to a park. I'm sorry, but do I look like a park bitch? Do I look like the type of girl to go to a park? Second date to a park? First date, you wanted to take me to the pubs, or McDonald's, or TGI's. And that's what dragged you to the Shard, because, I'm sorry, that's what I deserve. And now you want to take me to the park. I was just like, right, why am I going to pick up this, them mania? Why did I pick up this trash? Because you want to take me to the park in this UK cold, in this weather. You want to take me to the park? Nah. I was like, no, I'm home today, and you can come over if you want, because ain't no fucking way I'm going to the park, especially in Battersea. I was like, nah, we ain't doing that. Yeah, you can come down to my house, we can chill here. So he's like, alright, cool, I'll be there in like 45 minutes or something like that. He was taking mad long. He wasn't here. Then I got ready, he finally came, and he brought me a, first of all, he came through the door. Please tell me why he's wearing shorts. It's cold, you guys. He's wearing shorts, a t-shirt, a hat, and some trainers. I'm sorry, but where's the sun? Where's the sun? Where's your jacket, sir? He wasn't wearing a jacket. He was wearing shorts. But, do you know what? He looked good. Could use a bit of ironing, but he looked good. And do you know what it is? I think it's the beard and the like bald head. At some point in my life, that was my type. A bald head and a big beard. That was my thing. So, yeah, we sat on the sofa, we was watching Netflix, or trying to watch Netflix. Then we turned it over to like podcasts and stuff like that. And, you know, we was like cuddling a little bit. He brought me a... He brought me he bought 2 cans of wine. Cans of wine, not a bottle. Cans, baby cans like that of wine. One for me, one for him. And I was just like, wow. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. Anyways, let me know. God, I'm so sorry. But anyways, so we sat down with a can. Mind you, I bought some fruits because he said he's vegan. I was thinking like, I don't know what vegan people eat, so I'm just gonna buy some fruits and some drinks. And I had Cavassier in my, I don't know how you say that with Cavassier. I had that in my fridge, like a bottle of that. So I backed that out. Because you brought me cans of wine, I'm sorry, we need alcohol. So I got him that, and then we were drinking, talking, all this stuff. What else happened? So he was, you know, trying to kiss and all this stuff again. And we sort of like got into it with the kissing, and then he started taking off his shirt. And I'm just like, it's not that kind of party. We ain't doing that. Put your shirt back on. Then he backed out his things. He backed it out, and I'm just like, put it back. It's not that party. So he's like, oh, are we gonna kiss all day? I'm just like, what else did you want, sir? What is this? And then his mood just sort of no, before that, I've ordered food. I ordered Chinese. I gave him my phone to, like, you know, pick out what he wants because he's a vegan and I don't know what they eat. So I bought Chinese for us both, and obviously we had the drinks and stuff. And then he was doing like the kissing after we ate, and he was like lifting me up, we were talking, he was playing music, he put on his YouTube channel on my thing so I can watch him rap, which was so shit. What else was happening that day? Cuddles, all of that stuff. He was strong, he lifted me up. I was just like, oh, okay girl. And then, so all that happened, and he had to leave and go to some training, gym thing, whatever. I was like, alright then, cool, you can go. And he's like, oh, you're not going to walk me out? And then I walked him out. And then I was just like, okay, cool, bye, whatever. Because his mood changed a bit. And let me tell you this. With him, when you look at him, you don't know if he's upset or that's just his face. So the whole time I'm just like, are you okay? Are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. Was playing it cool, but I can see that his mood was off when I said no to him. Like, we're not gonna, I'm sorry, I just met you. We're not doing that. Nah, I'm not that kind of girl. It's not that kind of party. We ain't doing that. No. So that happened, and he went home, he got home, and he's like, hey, are you okay? I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine. This is over WhatsApp now, yeah? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? He's like, yeah. I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Well, what is it? Then he's like, do you know what? I don't feel like, I don't think you're feeling me. I'm just like, what? I was all over you. Why would you say that? And then he's like, cause like I hinted or suggested or something like that to have, you know, to do the do, but you sort of rejected it. I was just like, yeah, that's because this is a second date. I don't know you. I'm not going to open my legs to you. I don't know you from nowhere. First of all, you guys, what I forgot to mention is he said he was a stripper. His dad was a stripper. And he was just, I don't know why he told me this, but he was like, yeah, some of these girls, I had to use a Jimmy because some of these girls you never know. I was just like, oh, so when you strip, you have sex with these girls? He's like, yeah, sometimes. I was just like, wow. That's how you're trying to back out your dick here. But I'm sorry, I'm not one of them girls. I ain't that girl. I ain't that bitch. And you can't buy me £50 worth of drink and think you can get my legs open. You can't buy me a little can of rosé or whatever alcohol you bought me, a can, and think I'm going to open my legs to you? Nah. Not that kind of bitch. Then I was just like, yeah, no, I don't know you that well. So what is this? Is that what you're after? Because if that's what you're after, I'm sorry, but I'm not the girl for you, baby. I'm not the girl for you. If that's what you're looking for, and if you want it so fast and in a rush, I'm not the girl for you. I'm sorry. Then he's like, okay, yeah, no, it's fine. Like, I was just like, no, it's not fine. And you know what? You just made it awkward now. So now I don't even want to talk to you. And he was just like, no, let's just go back to how it was. Like, let's go back to normal. I was like, no, there's no way. You've made it awkward because you just mentioned that I said no to you. So you just made it awkward, and now I just don't even want to fuck with you no more. Then he was like, oh, maybe, I forgot to tell you guys this very important piece of information. So when he came to my house the second day, yeah, obviously you guys was going crazy for him, yeah. So I told him, oh, the girls on Instagram are going crazy for you. And I was like reading out some of the stuff that you guys were saying to me. And there was one girl, she was saying, oh, has he got any friends? Like, most of the girls were saying the same thing. But she's like, has he got any friends? And she sent me a picture of herself to show his friend. Because, you know, she wants to hook up. If his friend looks like him, she wants to hook up. Then I showed him that, and I showed him a picture of the girl. And he was like not paying it any attention. He was just like playing it really cool. He's just like, whatever. And I was just like laughing, and I removed the phone from the front of his face because obviously he's not trying to like entertain it. But what I didn't know, baby, is he is memorizing the girl's name. I'm showing him a picture of her. He's there memorizing the girl's Instagram account name. I didn't know this. I thought he was just looking at the picture and that was it. And we sort of like stopped talking about it because he wasn't entertaining it. Like, obviously, he weren't mentioning having a friend that he can hook her up with. So we sort of dead that conversation. Then on the phone now, he was like, oh, maybe your brethren would be on it. Brethren, for you guys that don't know, he speaks really road. So he's like, maybe your friend will be on it. This girl, she's on my Instagram, like, I've known her for a while, but like we haven't hung out, but you know, she's on my Instagram or whatever. So he's like, oh, maybe your friend would be on it. And I'm just like, excuse me? No, I didn't even say excuse me, I was just like, okay. And I hung up the phone in his ears because like, what? Because I said no to you, you wanna then move to my friend? Ew. That's just a low life to me, and it's just giving me ill. So I just hung up the phone because me and you should not be having a conversation at this point. Me and you are not on the same level at this point. So I just hung up the phone, no arguments there, hung up the phone, it's like, yeah, you're for the streets. So I hung up the phone and he messaged me on WhatsApp, and he's like, I was joking by the way, but nah, we ain't playing like that. I blocked him on WhatsApp, yeah, and I sort of forgot about him because I was just like, yeah, he's for the streets. And I had to run over to Instagram and say, yeah, you guys, light skin base for the streets, he's in the bin. Because guys like that need to be in the bin, and that's exactly where he went. Me and you should not be having a conversation. I'm sorry I even shared a drink with you. You're trash and you belong in the bin. So that's where we went, and I was just like happy, calling my little friend and telling him about the story because this was hilarious to me. On the phone of my little brethren now, yeah, he got me saying brethren now. Oh god, lie with dogs and you get the fleas, right? Anyways, I forgot to message because my WhatsApp number is different from my calling number. So we had both of them because when we was at the Shard, I had to call him from my actual number because the signal was really bad. So I had to call him. WhatsApp wasn't working properly. So I had to call him to say, look, I'm here. And that's how we got both my numbers because people like that keep them on WhatsApp. Anyways, so yeah, I forgot to block him on my actual number. So he found me on my actual number. Let me pull up the text because I kept it, honey, as evidence. So this is what he said to me, you guys. I just wasted 50 quid for your fat, insecure, lonely ass to sponge me at the Shard. Now you're jealous because I think your friend is hotter. You're pathetic and self-hate because you don't even like black men. You're not black and proud. Bye, Felicia. I'm just like, wow. So this is the message. I don't know if you guys can see the bottom one. And I just left it. I didn't even reply to it because trash don't deserve my reply. So I sort of left it, and I didn't think I blocked him on my actual number as well after that message. Next minute now, it's the next morning, I forgot about him, I forgot about that, and I'm just like, but first of all, let's go back. I sponged you for £50. For £50. I'm sorry. But the people that takes me out on dates, the real men that takes me out, yeah? They buy bottles, baby. They don't buy me a glass. They don't buy me cans of fucking alcohol, bitch. Let's talk about it. Because you've asked for it. I'm sorry, don't try to fucking hang with the big girls, yeah? If you haven't got money. You can't sit with me. Don't ask me out if your budget is McDonald's. Because I'm not that kind of bitch. Yeah? Let me calm down. Because you try to roll with big people that you can't manage. You want a bad bitch but you don't have bad bitch money. Let's talk about it. Shall we? The cheek of you, I tried to sponge you for £50. Bitch, I asked you, do you want me to pay for it? You said no. But now, you're trying to say now I'm fat. But when you're trying to... Let me calm down. Because I'm a lady. And I'm not going to let you, Mr. Dog Shit, drag me down there with you. But all I gotta say to you, baby, get your money up. Don't. You see, when you see a hot girl like me, just leave us alone because you can't afford us. Yeah? You cannot. About £50. You think anyone I went on a date with paid £50 for that date? £50. That's 2 delivery orders. £50 is not even the price for my nails.